Now, before I show you how to provoke the hand of God, let me show you a few things that the hand of God does, so that you will see how the hand of God gives you an advantage, and you'll become conscious and deliberate about provoking it. Number one, the hand of God provokes supernatural speed. 2 Kings 18, verse 45 to 46. Elijah showed up and told the king, he said, go, prepare yourself, hurry, otherwise the rain will stop you. I hear the sound of an abundance of rain. And he went to the place of prayer. And as he was there praying, he told Elisha, check, 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 check. After 7 times, Elisha saw something that looked like a man's fist. And he said, go, it is done. The rain is coming. And after that happened, we now saw a phrase in that scripture. When he finished that prayer, himself was supposed to look for a way to go. Because the rain was coming, and the rain has no regard for anybody. So even him was about to be beaten with rain. And he didn't have a chariot. The king had the advantage of a chariot and had gone ahead. But the Bible said, and the hand of God was upon Elijah. When the hand of God came upon him, all his deficiencies were no longer a factor. And something happened. He said, Elijah outran the chariot of the king. You know, if you don't understand how those eras work, you won't know what they are talking about. Because the king has the best war horses. Because the safety of the king is prime. Every soldier can die, but the king remains alive. The day the king dies, the war is over. Everybody goes into captivity. So they make sure the king has the best advantage. But when the hand of God came, even the advantage of the king became useless. The Bible said he outran the chariot of Ahab to the gates of Jezreel. It's like the way these footballers in Manchester, you see them with the Ferraris. You see them with power. When they move your car, it looks like you are trekking. That's the difference between the king and the ordinary man. But when the hand of God came upon Elijah, even the king was like a toddler. He outran him. There is a dimension of speed that God puts on a man's life. Don't you know that? See, have you not seen certain people doing business and then they come to a point and they are stagnated? They do everything they know. 5 years, they don't move any spot. It's not like they are doing anything wrong, but hair has broken loose. They will not go beyond this level. 10 years, they are there. A point comes, they even give up. They think this thing won't work anymore. And then suddenly the hand of God shows up. And then what God will do in 1 day will be superior to what he should have done in 10 years. This is what we are talking about here. That your stagnation no longer matter. Your many failures no longer matter. The delay no longer matter. Because when this force comes upon you, it will cover up for all that you have achieved if you were moving at a stable pace. I speak over someone this morning. The speed that the hand of God provokes, it rests upon you now. Listen, there are systems in this kingdom. I know your friends got married 6 years ago. I know they have 2 children now. It doesn't mean your life is a failure. It doesn't mean your story has ended. I know you left the university with your colleagues. They've built their houses. They have investments in different nations. It doesn't mean you have failed. When God shows up, he can connect you to one man, and in 1 week you can have investments in more nations than they ever dreamt of. You can buy 10 houses while somebody else used 7 years to build 2. You can buy 10 in 1 day. You can get married and in 1 year you have triplets. Let me tell you something. There is a system of restoration in this kingdom, and nothing provokes it more than the hand of God. When he comes, he makes your delay looks like a strategy. When he comes, he makes your delay looks like a structure that he put in place to preserve you. I prophesy over someone, as you walk out of this service, the hand of God will come upon you. See, there's an intelligence in this kingdom. The Bible said if the princes of this world had known, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. See, there are things some of us prayed for, and the devil fought us from having it, and it looked like God kept quiet. We exercised faith. We called the name of Jesus and God kept quiet. You know why? It's not because the devil was powerful. If God gave us those things when we prayed for, we wouldn't have had enough wisdom to manage it. So the devil thought he was winning and held us there for 5 years. After 5 years, when we built wisdom, God showed up. And when God moved us, he moved us 20 years ahead of our generation. And people look at you. Those who thought they were ahead of you, they now discover you are far ahead of them. And then you are wondering what happened. The devil will be shocked, because what he called a delay, God turned it to a strategy. It's a technology in the spirit. The hand of God came upon Elijah. He outran the chariots of Ahab unto Jezreel. It's a system. The laws of nature bend. This guy is not supposed to move this fast. The sovereign one has come. He lives above the realm. The hand of God. You must know how to provoke it. A lot in your life depend on it. I'm telling you. See, there are many battles you are not aware of. The ones you are binding are the ones you know. The Bible says 1,000 shall fall by your side. It says 10,000 by your right hand. They shall not come near you. That means there are 11,000 enemies that you don't know. You are fighting two challenges. You say, if you know the real battle, you will know what is for you is greater than what is against you. 11,000 was not permitted to come close to you. The hand of God. Number 2, the hand of God is a system that works wonders. When the hand of God is on the scene, wonders become natural. Acts 4:29-30. When they prayed and the hand of God came upon them, the Bible said, and with great power, God gave witness to the apostles of the resurrection of Jesus. And he said, great grace was upon them. And you go further, I say, and many wonders were done by the apostles. Acts 5 from verse 12. So great grace came upon them and many wonders were done. See, God does not just give you speed for you to recover. Now that you have recovered, that becomes your natural state. And people are looking at you. What kind of capacity is this? This is not normal. They go and check your CV. What is happening with you is beyond CV. Now, supernatural has been superimposed into the natural. They see you, they say, come on, man. You are operating like you are a world consultant. People who have experience of 40 years. That's where you are operating. How long have you been in this business? You say, well, I'm just 2 years here. So how are you able to control what you are controlling? When I whisper, angels trumpet. It's called the supernatural. And these are things God does. Didn't you read about the 4 lepers? A whole nation was besieged. The whole army incapacitated. The king incapacitated. Women were eating their children. That's the highest level of hopelessness. And 4 lepers said, why sit we here until we die? And lepers were walking. And the enemy was hearing sound of chariots. Well, these guys, their toes are eating up. What is producing that sound? See, when the supernatural comes upon you, anything you do is amplified. So you crack a joke, 10 million people are laughing. They don't know why. But it's not about laugh, because their laugh translates to revenue. And then you are wondering, what kind of influence is this? You give one counsel and the whole nation say, take charge. That's the operation of the hand of God. In as much as God has revealed this to you, there's nobody in your class. Take over. And he made a prisoner a prime minister overnight. What is that? Is the supernatural. I don't know. See, there is a level where you get what you deserve. It's called hard work. But there's another level where you get beyond what you deserve. It's called favor. When the hand of God comes, your works are not undermined, but over and above your work, God blesses you. I speak over somebody today. Your life will become an endless expression of the supernatural. Do you know the mistake we make? When we see people making impact, trailblazing, leading their generation, we think they don't rest. We think they are laboring. See, there's hard work and diligent work and smart work. We do it. We teach it. But hear me. Those who are in charge are not in charge because they are overworking. you'll be shocked that most people who fail work more. Don't get me wrong. We work hard, we work diligently, we work smartly like everybody. But I'm telling you, there is something that brings amplification to our results. That's where God steps in. Nobody you see leading a generation has only what he deserves. There is something that adds to him. The supernatural is what sets men apart. And the hand of God comes to sponsor it. So while you continue to work very hard, diligently and faithfully, trust God for that amplifier to come upon your life. Trust him. I'm telling you, it will make all the difference. It's called the hand of God. Number 3, the hand of God provokes judgment and terror in the camp of your enemies. See, there's a place where you fight your battles. There's a place where God helps you to even fight your battle and defeat your enemy. But there's a level you get to where God paralyzes your enemy. They don't even dare rise up to fight you. There are different phases of warfare. There's a phase of warfare where God energizes you to fight. There's another phase of warfare where God steps in to fight for you. But there's a phase of warfare where your enemy don't dare come to you. When the hand of God comes, he provokes terror in the camp of the enemy. Terror. In Deuteronomy 2:24-25, he says, rise up, take up thy journey, go beyond the river Arnon. He said, I have given unto you Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon. He said, begin to contend with him in battle and subdue him. Why? It's not because you are strong. He said, I have put my dread upon you. When the nations see you, they paralyze. See, if you fight all your battles, even if you win, you will lose certain things. So what God does is that there are times when he suspends the battle by paralyzing your enemies. Did you read 1 Samuel 7 from verse 12 to 14? Samuel erected an altar, poured oil on it, and called it Ebenezer. And the Bible said God thundered from heaven. And it said all their enemies ran away, and they pursued them and overcame them. And the Bible said the lands that they stole from the Israelites, they collected it even unto Ekron. You think that was all? And the Bible said, and the hand of God was perpetually against the Philistines, and they no longer came to fight with Israel all the days of Samuel's life. So when they want to rise up to attack you, fear hit them. Somebody wants to lie to your boss about you, and he dreams that night something is chasing him with dagger, and he comes to the office. If he thinks of your name, he's afraid. He will now come and give you a gift. Hey, please don't kill me. You say, did you do anything? He said, no, I love you. You say, you have done well. Stay in that position. When they gather to gang up against you, they start fighting themselves and destroy themselves. You now hear the news later that 10 people rose up against you, but they've sacked 3. You say, what happened? You say, when they were attacking themselves, they now said some of the things they did against the company, so they've been sacked. So your enemies fight themselves on your behalf. Your enemies are paralyzed before it's called the hand of God. It's a technology in the spirit. This is why David fought 66 battles. Solomon didn't need to fight. All of them had victory. One fought his way to victory. The other one rested into victory. It's called the hand of God. It's a system in the spirit. Your enemies are paralyzed. Now, let me tell you this. Because you came for this service, some of the battles you were fighting before you came here, you will go back and just hear that they have vanished. See, we are not another religion. We are not. Christianity is not a religion. It's divinity expressed through humanity. We are a wonder to our world. See, some of the things happening with us, we need to study to understand it. We have too much advantage. We dwell among a cloud of witnesses. There are systems. The hand of God. I'm telling you this so that you are conscious of it. Because even your faith walks in the direction of your consciousness. You need to know that there are forces fighting in your advantage. You need to know that beyond the effort you are putting in, the grace of God can amplify it. The people in darkness know this. Somebody is selling slippers. He's selling food. And he's making it like he's the president of the nation. But he knows that in addition to working hard, he needs the favor of his spirit. It's only a Christian that thinks we should all become scholars. No. There's a scholarly dimension to us, but we are spiritual men. We know where intelligence stops and when spirituality takes over. So we will not undermine the place of scholarship, but we will also not throw away our spiritual heritage.